for that because it was quickly.
Well, I must say a pleasant evening and welcome to the viewers and listeners of Mikey Live. Of course, it's a GFA hosted event, and that is the third encounter between Barbados and Grenada Bandy. In the first two games, both games drew. The first one at 4, held last Wednesday, ended up 1 apiece. And on Friday last, ended up 2 each. And today, well, both teams will be looking to get the advantage of each other, Bandy. So, what do you anticipate?
Well, just let me say, first of all, good evening to all the viewers of Mikey Live. And down here at the Kirani James Stadium, we anticipate that Grenada would have to give a much better showing than what they did in the previous two games. Barbados will feel proud in terms of coming out, in terms of as the visitors coming in here and posing 2 draws. I mean, a lot of credit to them. And we expect Grenada at home preparing for the USA you're talking about the CONCACAF Nations League. They need to be able to at least do a lot better in terms of to get a result here this afternoon to give some sort of a boost into the team as they prepare for America coming in for on the 24th of March. So I think this evening we expect a nice, lovely outfield for football. I think that nice afternoon, and we expect both teams. I don't see none of the teams played yet, so I can't give my assessment much gesture. But based on what I'm hearing, and both games drawn, so it's even Steven. So I expect both teams to come out and able to look for a victory this afternoon.
Well, yes, being a part of the commentary team at 4 last Wednesday, I made the observation that both of those teams seems to be balanced, and realizing that in the FIFA ranking, Grenada ranks 173, Barbados rank 166. Is really not far off each other. In CONCACAF now, Grenada ranks 24, while Barbados rank 31.
Wow, so not much difference in terms of the ranking.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, but looking at both teams, look to me that both teams have a pretty young team. I look at the Barbados team warming up as well as the Grenada national team as well, and they look to me a pretty young team. Some of the players and them we somewhat familiar to them, and we expect Coach Nixon Modest and also Kirani will look to get a result here in the final encounter this afternoon.
Yes. Well, that game today, that game was originally scheduled for the Cuthbert Peters Park at Guelph. But I understand there was some complaint from the head coach of the Barbados team, and as a result of that, they would have made some adjustment and actually rescheduled the match back here at the Kirani James National Athletics and Football Stadium. So the game on Friday last played right at this very venue here, and so that is the situation. The head coach of the Barbados team is Orlando de Costa. He's actually from Portugal, Bandy. And the assistant head coach goes by the name of Ricardo Fernandez. He's also from Portugal.
That's from Barbados?
That's the Barbados, yeah.
Okay.
Head coach and assistant.
Okay, so that means they look to have some foreign assistance in terms of preparing the national team.
Yes.
And your assessment just in terms of what you've seen, any players that we can spot from Barbados that you think could give some problems to the Grenada defense this afternoon?
Well, noticeable the goalkeeper of the Barbados team. He was very impressive. The name will be given in a while. In fact, I refer to him as the man of the match when that game was played at 4 on Wednesday. One thing to note again, from the two encounters between the two teams, scoring all the goals for Barbados is one name, Tagio James, T-A-J-I-O. Yeah, he scored all 3 goals thus far. And he's only 19, Bandy. He plays for Feather College, and that college is based in California in the USA.
So that means he have a lot of exposure just which is very, very good for him in terms of his build-up, and he's seen results from in terms of the investment of being in that college, and he's coming back to play for his home country, Barbados, and able to at least produce results. That would be a good plus for in terms of people who even scouting and know how important it is to get players to be able to develop at that level.
Yes, and that is that will be 7th cap for Barbados this evening.
Well, we expect him to get a good showing again here this afternoon. Final game, they would love to pull off a win here this afternoon against Grenada. Grenada in itself will not like to be defeated in terms of preparing for that game coming up against the USA on the 24th. So they have to, I think Nick Simones and Jake Kirani, they had 2 games. I think they assessed the Barbados team. They should be able to have a much better prepared team in terms of the weaknesses and the strengths, so that seeing Barbados' weaknesses and able to capitalize on that this afternoon. Because I always love strikers to hurt the heart of the defense, and if they can do that here in terms of the attacking third, they could create a lot of problems. Because as you were saying to me earlier on coming on in the van, that Grenada create a lot of chances. So they not only just creating the chances but taking the chances, which is very important.
It is very important that they capitalize on the opportunities they create, Bandy. But one thing we got to note, despite there may be a number of different formations on the field, but the fundamentals of the game does not change in that. Primarily, the offensive team objective is always to create as much space as they can to act on the defenders, all right, and get around them, and in most instances try to come from the flank, whichever side they may be stronger on, and playing the ball across the face of goal so that the strikers can knock it in. That's primarily one of the most fundamental principles of the game, right? As a team, your objective is always to try and open up the spaces, while the opposing team will try to close down that space as much as possible so that they can continue, right, and winning it. Some teams will have fast counter attack, because the football these days is really of speed.
But you said to me, Bobby, let's look the team more in terms of the passes. They're very effective in that, whereas Grenada might be more a fast-paced team or more counter-attacking. What do you expect from Grenada this afternoon?
Well, what I expect from Grenada this afternoon, I haven't seen game 2, which was on Friday last, but from the first encounter, in about the first 15 minutes of the game, Barbados was having the better of the exchanges. However, Grenada after that really came into their own, and they was creating a lot of trouble for the Barbadians, and that is when they created a number of opportunities which they failed to capitalize on as they really should. Because in my opinion, Grenada should have won that game for at least 3-1. However, they will have different ideas here this evening. They will be pushing more because they want to come out with that psychological advantage, Bandy, knowing that their preparation is mainly to take on the might of USA right here on the 24th of March.
Well, just you look at both teams looking to line up on the field. I know that you'll give the starting lineup in a while, but Barbados in the all blue here this afternoon, the yellow numbers. Grenada in the green and yellow t-shirts and green shirts, and also the numbers is red. So we expect a good and exciting game here this afternoon. National anthem for both teams.
Yes.
So just when you look at the team here this afternoon, looking at Barbados, it's really good to see that Grenada getting a friendly international in terms of the preparation for the game coming up against USA. But I think they need to have a lot more before, not just Barbados, but previously. I think since January thereabout, Grenada should be looking to be able to start having a lot more warm-up games. Even coming into match day, at least they could be able to have a next warm-up game before they face the American team, because you need to look at your weaknesses and your strengths in terms of to be able to help you to go into because America is a top team in the world in terms of I think did they make it in the World Cup?
America ranks 13 in the FIFA ranking, and they rank second in CONCACAF. They are behind the Mexicans. But Bandy, the Grenada team, they have a few more warm-up matches ahead, and they have 2 warm-up matches against St. Lucia on the 3rd and on the 5th of March.
Grenada or
here in Grenada, and they also
the 3rd and the 5th.
The 3rd and the 5th of March. Really
good, really good, and
they also are to host a semi-professional team from Trinidad that plays in the Pro League from Trinidad. That's La Horeta Rangers. That's the name of the team, the club team from Trinidad.
You have any idea what time that game will be on?
No, I haven't had the date for this one, but I can assure you that based on the information given by the communications officer for the Grenada Football Association, Rhea Murray, she stated that on the 3rd and on the 5th of March, they will be hosting St. Lucia.
Just to see that the game has shifted from Guav to the Kirani James Stadium. In terms of, would that be any hindrance to the spectators being here this afternoon?
Oh no, and from all indication, I understand there was a really nice turnout last Friday. Yes, right here at the Kirani James National Stadium.
I would look at.
I must say that I must give the GFA some kudos for the promotion of the games. Right. In fact, I knew the Saturday before that they went around with a truck with a DJ on it, and that was one of the avenues they used in promoting
the island, which is good.
The game. So the turnout for a midweek, it was tremendous.
Yeah, Wednesday night.
Yes.
So, but I would love to see a lot more like radio programming and letting the Grenadian public know what is happening in football in Grenada. So we just have the national anthem for both teams there. We've seen the handshake there by both teams. Just at the starting lineup for both teams, you'd love to let the viewers know that. And we expect a keen and exciting game here at the Kirani James National Stadium. Barbados versus Grenada.
So Bandy, what you can do now, you can give up the starting lineup for Barbados from top to. Okay, you want me to do that, Bandy?
I would love for you to do that.
Okay.
Just
so we're getting ready for kickoff any minute. So listeners and viewers, let me just give you a rundown of the starting lineup for the Barbados national team first. Kevin Alsop, that's number 21. Rashid Smith, number 14. Shane Codrington, number 15. Kima Hooligan, number 20. Ramon Manning, number 3. Mario Williams, number 4. Jomo Harris, he's the captain, number 6. Omani Leacock, number 10. Akil Aplewood, number 7. Rashid Jules, number 23. And Amando Lashley, number 19. So the names just been called out at the starting lineup for the Barbados national team. And here is the starting lineup for the Grenada national team. Goalkeeper Jeremy Richardson, number 1. Trevor Williams, number 17. Sawan Mack, number 4. Kimron Marshall, number 5. Darrell Pierre, number 8. Cedric Lewis, number 10. Christian Julian, number 11. Stefan Abrian, number 13. Michael Ganes, number 16. Rael Alexander, number 18. And the main striker carrying the weight of this attack, Jamal Ray Charles, number 23. That's the starting lineup for the Grenada team.
Once again, just so you know, both teams are on the field, and we expect a very exciting game final encounter between Barbados and Grenada. And we see the touch of here is going to be Barbados. Look to be number 19.
That's Amanda
Lashley, and yeah, and the referee for the game just didn't pick up the name for their officials here, but we see that they had a very good warm up here, and we expect a very exciting game.
Officials Bandy Moet Games from St. Vincent. And AR1 is Kenran Daniel, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. AR2 Denroy Barker, also of St. Vincent, and the 4th official is our very own Rayon Radix.
At the moment, the game has started. Barbados in possession. Look to me, number 4 there with that ball here. Grenada intercepted there, just inside Barbados half. Good skills here. We'll take a shot coming in there, and negotiate from one of the defense there. So Grenada showing the early infringement against number 6. That looked to me the captain, Jester.
Yes, the
for Barbados.
That's Jomo Harris.
Jomo Harris. And he looked to me a good player, by just watching him. Yeah, and infringement just around there, the half in Barbados half on the left hand side of the field. Gonna be a free kick for Grenada, a good distance away from the 18-yard box. So you are listening Mikey live here at the Kirani National Stadium. Encounter between Grenada and Barbados, preparing for the CONCACAF Nations League. Ball chip inside here. The head goes up. Oh, and the ball going to touch there. Looks to me going to be a corner. Yes, it's going to be a corner there. Touch on there by Barbados. Just Grenada looking to be able to see if they can get an early goal, which is very important for them in terms of to go ahead. You're the home team. You look to put a lot of pressure on the opponent. What do you expect from them here this evening?
Well, of course, Bandy, they will be looking to seek the advantage as early as possible, and already that's good for them. They already have a corner, and so that is a sign, actually.
Well, at the moment,
of what their intention.
Number 17 with that ball here, chip that ball inside here, and still in position of Grenada. Ball play back to number 17, and shot coming in there. Negotiate from the defender there, but goalkeeper come off his line for Barbados. Try to pick up the goalkeeper Jester for Barbados. He's dressed in his very colourful Barbados. Got to be very careful. Shot for Grenada, score! Good defending there. And I think that Barbados for a moment just really scrappy in the back there. Good opportunity, and just going to going to be a second corner for Grenada. And your thoughts on that there, Jester? Because Barbados look at Grenada they put a little bit of pressure in the first few minutes of the game.
Of course, you see an attack of Grenada is of much more urgency as compared to the previous game. Bandy, they are making their intentions very clear because it's an urgent need that they take the advantage of this encounter.
Abraham picked the ball there, and at the moment, Barbados look to come out with it. Good defending here by Grenada. Danger averted, still in position. Abraham, good, nice skills here, good control and able to just calm it. Still, ball chipping into touch there. One of the players on the ground. Look to me, number 23, Jester.
That's Rashid Jules.
And yes. So let's hope it's not anything last year.
Upset. He thought that
the official
whistler should have.
I thought so too, Jester, because when I look at the tackle to me was somewhat, very harsh on him. I think the official should be able to maybe. You see, referee. I think the referee play in terms of
play the advantage.
I think is that what he did, because they had position back with the ball. So
in other words, why he's disgusted, then he probably felt that
it should be an infringement.
The person should have been given a card.
At the moment, 0-0 here at the Kirani James National Stadium. Barbados 0, Grenada 0, and just about 3 minutes gone into the game here, and Barbados would look to able to, and I just said to me, they look to did not really get into their own yet, but I like the hustle, what I'm seeing from Grenada, not giving them that kind of a room to be able to play the passes that you speak about. So if they can able to close down that, Grenada could create a lot of chances here this afternoon. Because remember, you're talking about to play the United States of America come the 24th. It's like a sleep and awake.
Yes, it's really not far.
Now, so you have to prepare properly. And I think, we played the United States already in the cricket stadium. I don't know if you can recall that game. Grenada played, and that game I think was 2-1.
Yeah, I think
in favor of the United States, and I think Grenada did a really good showing of themselves. You're talking about people like Franklin Battis, Ricky Curry Charles. I remember that game, and it was a real kind of exciting game. So we expect people to really be prepared. At the moment, Barbados playing in a fair play back the ball to Grenada. The ball is able to touch Grenada in position just inside the box there, inside the half. Interception there by Barbados. Ball tap into touch just on the far left hand side of the field. It's going to be a throw for Grenada. Long throw. Looking to find a player up front there, but still just to the boot of the defender for Barbados. Ball knocked forward. Still Barbados in position just inside the half. Ball tap into touch again. So just so we see that it's going to be a throw for Barbados. We see that Barbados looking to come into their own. All the stages in the game, and by my looking here, as you're saying that, I didn't see the two encounter that previously played, so I don't have much assessment in terms of what I'm expecting from both teams. So what I'm seeing here this afternoon, Grenada having a bit of the exchange in the first half thus far.
Yes, I will agree with you. I think there's a much more a state of purpose and urgency with the Grenada team this time around. In fact, the two corners that they would have capitalized on quite all on is a definite indication of how purposeful they are looking to be.
Well, as I said to you earlier on, just Coach Rennie, Nixon Modest and Coach Rennie, they should be able to look at the weaknesses and also the strengths, and able to come here in the final encounter to create a much more better showing in terms of preparation. Ball tap into touch there on the left hand side. It's going to be a throw for Grenada. 0-0 here at the Kirani James National Stadium. Grenada 0, Barbados 0. Chance for Grenada. Oh! What an opportunity there. Lovely ball in there. Just trying to pick up the player there, number what?
It's Jamal Charles. By his standard bandit.
That should really put home. The crowd really feel that, that's a real mistake by Grenada. At the moment, Barbados able to retrieve in terms of a goal kick. And ball play quick, long one upfield. Just to the boot of Grenada. Inside Barbados, inside the half field. A strong tackle there, infringement there. And we can see some very strong tackle here this afternoon, Jester.
But Bandy, going back to that opportunity that was just created, and at the end of it, sometimes these are the sort of opportunities that has come back to really haunt us. Because that was really an easy opportunity.
You have to take this chances, Jester. You don't take it, as you said, you can hunt you in the future. At the moment, ball inside Barbados half, tapped away into touch. She's going to be a throw for Grenada. And we can see the Grenadians looking, but I would love to see a lot more. You look at the international level, just you can see the coordination in terms of set plays, infringement again against Barbados. So we can see a lot of infringement, and to me, just like Barbados know some of the key players of the Grenada team that they need to be able to keep close eye on, based on what the coach might be able to speak to them. Because if you look at it, they're not giving the players the kind of room that they expect here this afternoon.
Well, of course, Bandy, what you have to understand nowadays, football is not just merely a game, right? The whole thing has become very scientific. In fact, wherever you have studies going into on a situation, or you're studying how people do things, how a player would play, and it happens in cricket, it happens in a number of sports where you have to combat against certain opponents. And that is exactly what happening. So they would know of Jamal. Jamal is somewhat deadly. In fact, Jamal is experienced enough. He plays club football in Honduras.
He's
not a player that you want to take chance.
Which team he plays for in Grenada, just?
He plays for Paradise FC International. Jamal Charles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's back now to play for that game coming up against the USA then.
Well, yes, he would be part of the team, man. He definitely will be part of the team.
Do you have any idea if they have any foreign nationals coming back to play for Grenada?
I am not sure. I am really not sure.
I would really love to know, because in terms of the preparation, Grenada has to be, in the Gold Cup. That Grenada has really qualified for. We had some good players that came from, despite we didn't have a good showing in terms of, but to make it to that level showed that we had a standard to be able to reach to the Gold Cup. So I expect, as Grenada build, just we could be able to see a good showing in terms of the preparation for the future.
But what I can tell you is that the administration now, they was really focused and centered of developing local players and having local players more so representing the country than foreign, than much emphasis on foreign-based players.
Because you see, I think you need one or two. You could need one or two of the players from on the outside gesture. But what I'm saying is that the spectators need to know the players, which is very important. And sometimes you don't know the players, and then like before, you can know a Franklin Batich, you can know a Corey Charles, a Stan Clark coming in there, still ball in position with Grenada, ball into touch there. Going to be a throw for Barbados. It's going to be a corner.
Yes, so that's
going to be a corner, first corner for Barbados.
Yes.
So 0-0 here at the Kirani James National Stadium. Barbados 0, Grenada 0. Going to be a corner for Barbados. Try to pick up that number that kicking that corner gesture at the moment. Corner on the left hand side of the field for Barbados.
That's Umani Leacock.
Leacock chipped the ball inside there. And still shot coming in there. Not a good one. Retrieve from the defense there. Grenada looking to come away with it. Still Barbados input. Lovely skills by Leacock. Come inside there, chip in the process, and that looked to me infringement there against the defender for Grenada. It's going to be a free kick. Just unfortunately, very lucky that ball, that infringement is just on top of the 18-yard box.
It's just on the edge.
I really thought it was inside the 18-yard box, and that would have really hurt Grenada. So it's going to be a free kick for Barbados.
But it was a lovely turn.
Lovely skills by Leacock there. And it's going to be a free kick for Barbados. Just inside the Grenada half, on top of the 18-yard box there. The referee is asking for 10 yards. So opportunity for Barbados to score just and they could capitalize on that here. That could put Grenada in some problem here. I think he's looking to me really in a dangerous zone. Treat number 19 line up being that ball gesture.
Well, it's left to see what would be the
set
play coming from it. Will he go directly to goal?
As well as
will he look to play it across the face of
well, let's see why you look to me that you're going to be able to. He looked to me going to be able to bend that ball to goal by based on what I'm seeing. So at the moment, Barbados with a free kick just on top of the 18-yard box. The referee is gone and ball chip inside there. Oh, dear, straight into the wall. Danger averted. Grenada in position, coming away with it. Lose it in the position against Barbados. Still Grenada in position. Lovely ball on the far side there. You really check on the player here. Good skills. Chipping the process still. The crowd loving it. Good one to pass here. Grenada. Lovely skills. Just ball chip inside here. Danger of it here by Barbados. And they had to be very careful. Grenada still infringement against Grenada again. Going to be a free kick for. And you can see a little bit of tussle there. So going to be a free kick for Barbados. 0-0 here. And just so your thoughts on that, by what I'm looking there is that a strong tackle coming in there, and the Bajan looked to me that it was very, you know what I mean, both players quite up there, and that's not good. You know, we see the captain, that actually looked to me for Grenada, that's,
Bandy, you know, this game,
Charles,
this game is a tough game.
A very tough game, you know. You see Charles looking to just able to just show his friendly, you know, to the players from Barbados. At the moment, free kick for Barbados inside the half. And look to me, even, you know, Grenada just having just a slight edge just that. But I think that they have to be very careful because Barbados, you know, can come into their own. And when you, by the time you least expect it, you can have a goal in the back of your net. And this is one of the things I don't, you know, yet as a team, and as you said earlier on, Grenada get early opportunity and they fail to capitalize on it. So it's going to be a free kick just inside the half. Barbados, cheap, long one up. Danger averted here, just inside. Good skills here. Ball chip inside here. A little bit hard there. And the ball going to go into touch on the far side there. You're going to be a goal kick for Grenada. Neil Chester.
Bandy, just having a look at the outfield, I realized, well, of course we are into the dry season and you could see it's pretty dried, really dry outfield. There's sand in certain areas and sand have been placed in certain areas.
But I really thought that this fields on them would be really, you know, wet to keep it in good condition, just so that you can be able to have a really nice green field in terms of preparation. Like even, you know, a team like the United States coming in, you know, love to have a green outfield.
Yes.
You know, in terms of preparation. I think the game Grenada played against one they played in the previous games against is it El Salvador?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the playing field and was much better. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, of course they will have to place some real emphasis on addressing the condition of the field and try to bring it really up to standard.
At the moment is Barbados inside the half. Look to come up with it on the far right hand side. Still is lovely skills here. Looking to the ground to players here. And try to pick up the player with the Rasta hairstyle there just for Grenada. The ball sent along on the left hand side of the field there. Barbados ball tapping into touch it. Good skills by the defender they just
But good pressure by Jamal Charles as well. Force him to make that mistake.
But I love what he did in terms of, you know, not trying to able to good skills here. And ball going to touch there. Could it be a throw for Barbados? You know,
the number 16 for Grenada is Michael Ganes.
Ganes,
Rasta hairstyle, yeah.
Which club he played for in Grenada?
Ganes, I'm not sure.
You're not too sure?
Yeah,
at the moment. Oh, lovely one touch there by Grenada. This is the kind of football they need to play in terms of if they really want to be able to go forward and win this game here this evening. Ball into touch there. Going to be a throw for Grenada. The left hand side of the field. 0-0 here. The Kirani James National Stadium. I say good evening to all the viewers of Mikey Live, wherever you are. Pleasant good evening to you. And we expect a good game from both teams. But at the moment, Barbados come over with it on the left hand side. Good build up here by them. And lose the position. Still, ball back in position with Barbados. Inside the half. Good one to touch here. Lovely 1-2 here by Grenada. Intercepted there by the defense for Barbados. Inside the half. Good 1-2. And looking to come up with it. As you were saying yesterday, looking to...
Bandy, I just get to realize who Marcus Ganes plays for. He plays for Hurricane.
Hurricane?
Yeah, in local club.
Oh, and you know there's one of the top teams in Grenada.
Oh, yes.
You know, so you expect him to show some qualities. At the moment, Grenada looking to build back with the goalkeeper. Look to me, that is Richardson. And I would love to get a goalkeeper for Barbados. And, I didn't see on the paper the goalkeeper name here.
Yes, they did not identify.
So I didn't identify it. So it's a little bit challenging for me to know which one is the goalkeeper in terms of his name. At the moment, the show for Barbados, number 3, in position on the left-hand side, long one. Long show. The head goes up there. Good play still. Grenada win back position. Still Barbados. Ball tap into touch there. And it's going to be a show again for Barbados. Left hand side of the field. 0-0. We see the coach for Grenada, Nixon Modest, just making his presence show on the touch line, encouraging his players. It's very important as a coach to really be there motivating your players. Got lovely skills. Ball chop inside there. And the ball tap into touch again. Just the Barbados coming into their own. Grenada has to be very careful.
Yes, Bandy, we would have seen that, and that's exactly how it started off in 4 when I saw them
on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, but it was first Barbados that was actually getting the better of the exchange. Then Grenada came into own. This time it switched.
What I like about Barbados in terms of what I'm seeing now, they're looking to create a lot more passes. But if you notice, they're losing a lot in the midfield in terms of the passes. Anyway, ball play back to the goalkeeper. Barbados in position inside the half. Long one up. Ball tap. Play back to just inside the half. Still Barbados in position. Good control. Harris, the captain.
Harris is a very good player.
You could see the one touch from him here. Lovely skills. Ball tap into touch again about throw again. So if you notice, they go and come just and when we used to play professional football, just I remember the coach like Dale Hines, Braga.
Well, I wouldn't say he wouldn't be professional, but they got to
before
so you got to be careful, misguide anyone.
I was saying
yes, not professional.
I know, but what I said, I was talking about previous what went on in terms of what we used to do. He would tell you, like, if you're playing and you're not getting the ball to come to you, you come back, get a feel and move. You don't just stay to wait for the ball, and you can see Barbados doing a lot of that in terms of the players. Strong tackle there on the left hand side of the field there. And you can see
the referee was
yellow
that
card.
that was
so
a yellow
that
card.
player just
number 8 for Grenada. That's Darrell Pierre.
Pierre. And to me, but both teams look to me be a pretty young team. Just looking at the Barbados team when they were warming up, looked to me a very young and upcoming team, and they will look to be able to enhance and develop a good team. Grenada as well. At the moment, we see the replay here. Strong tackle coming in there. So Pierre with a yellow card, and he had to be very careful in terms of that. So going to be chance again, just going to begging there for Barbados. Going to be a corner gesture.
So Barbados seems to be coming more into
as I said to you,
yes,
because
if you notice, when it started off Bandy, it was Grenada that was having the better of the exchanges, and in fact, while doing so, they were able to create a few opportunities, and we see one clear one that went a begging through Jamal Charles.
She's going to be a corner for Barbados. Ball chip inside there. The head goes up there. Chance, so good danger for it there. Still Grenada looking to come away. That's Harris. Ball play back inside here. Down the ball. Goalkeeper off his line. And to me, Richardson there was in the air with one of the players for Barbados. See him on the ground still. Look to me, number 20. Is it?
20 for Barbados. That's Kema Holigan.
Yeah. And he went the rest of his style as well. Just these days you see a lot of players with this.
And he's actually he plays in the defense.
And he's up in terms of for that opportunity. So I think it's really good to see even defenders looking to be able to advance in terms of to be able to create opportunities. Ball tap into touch there, and you're not seeing. What I would love to see, I love to see a lot more passes and intense direct play by Grenada Jester. So you can see that they have a plan in terms of what they're doing. At the moment, Barbados inside but Grenada half, lovely turn, by number. Try to pick up a player here. He lose position. Grenada looking to come out with it. Good one to pass here still. Referee said infringement. There. It's going to be a free kick for Barbados. Taken quickly. And that's what I love to see just that. They are very, punks on the opportunity. Good skills. Barbados inside the half. Just around the halfway line. Look to play it back there. As you see, the build-up look really good. They have a lot of position here. Very cool with the ball. And danger averted. Still, Grenada need to do a lot better than that here. Still a bit of tussle there. They're pushing there. So it's going to be a free kick for Barbados.
So that was Stefan Abraham, number 13 for Grenada. He failed to control.
So Barbados, Harris, lovely ball. But danger averted here still, Grenada. And you can see a lot of infringement just in the game in terms of strong tackle. And but because both teams know each other by now.
Yes, exactly.
In terms of the two encounter. So Grenada is not giving some of the key players in Barbados that kind of a room, but they have to be very careful because Barbados, a chance for Barbados at the moment. Lovely skills. He looked at me on left foot player, ball chip inside. Chance for Barbados to score. Left foot shot coming in. And ball go into touch the gesture. That was really dangerous. Lovely ball in there from, look to me, number 23, right? Yeah, number 23, just that name.
Rashid Jules,
and he looked to me like a very good player because, Lee, the defender, the right back, there, and able to chip that ball inside. A lovely football by Barbados.
But
ball going to touch
it. Watch that badly because he was free on the far side and was able to control that ball and with nobody approaching him and was able to have a comfortable shot. Just that it was ill-directed.
You're talking about the blind side. Anyway, you're going to be a goal kick for Grenada. 0-0 here at the Kirani James National Stadium. Grenada versus Barbados. The head goes up again. Long ball. Danger averted by the defense of Barbados. Clearing them really far. And ball going to touch. It's going to be a throw for Grenada. Referee asking the player to go right exactly on the spot to take that throw. Throw taken quickly. Nice, lovely skills.
Because Bandy, you don't want a opposing player to be free on your back post, and that's exactly
Barbados with a break on the right hand side here. You have the defender to come. Shot coming in there. Oh, and the scores just that. That looked to me 1 goal to 0. Lovely skills there. It looked to me number 12.
Number 19
for Barbados.
Armando Lashley.
That's the same young man you talk about, just sir?
No, the one I spoke about. He's a substitute at the moment.
But that's a really good cracker there on the lovely ball too, just from as we were speaking earlier on, and that we were saying, Grenada has to be very careful in terms of the counter attack. Lovely ball on the right hand side of the field. Number 19, able to get a ball there, but here what? He didn't take on the defender. Yes. He kicked.
On the run,
and
the outside of the boot,
and that's a lovely shot because that ball go right in the sanction of the goal. Great goal there for Barbados. 1 goal to 0 here. They lead Grenada, and just as we were speaking about that in terms of looking at the Grenada defense, because I do believe, you're talking about a Steve Mark, you don't get that opportunity. He will function you as quick as possible. I think the Grenada defense is giving too much room at the moment. Grenada. We're looking to mount an attack inside their half. They're down by 1. They has to be able to do better than that in terms of if we're looking to prepare to play the United States with no nonsense team. Strong tackle there. Gonna be a free kick against Grenada again.
Committed by the number 17 for Grenada. That's Trevon Williams.
And Trevor has to be very careful here because he's some strike. And look to me, going to be a booking here, Jester, for Grenada.
Trevor Williams plays for Queen's Park Rangers in local club football.
So going to be a free kick. 1 goal to 0. Barbados lead here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that goal scored in around the 25th minute.
Barbados in the 26th minute.
26th minute.
Number 19. Armando Lashley.
So Lashley,
Barbados 1. Grenada 0.
Goal scorer for Barbados, Armando Lashley.
Great, lovely goal gesture. What I like about it, he kicked the ball on the run. not giving the defender the chance to be able to ball chip inside there. Danger averted here. Barbados looking dangerous again, just inside Grenada half. At the moment, they look to me now as they're able to lead him by 1 goal. Ball chip forward here, good save here. And just to me, when you look at Richardson, Jeremy Richardson, the goalkeeper for Grenada, chance for Grenada to score. Oh, yes, and Grenada equalized just
Grenada equalized, Bandy, and that's Jamal Ray Charles. Many Grenadians refer to him as the goal machine for this country. And
I tell you what, great skills by me, just what I like about it is a counter attack on the left hand side of the field. And as I was saying to you, if you look at the defense of Barbados, they play very slow. You don't know if you notice that. So in the counter attack, if you're able to put that pressure on, you notice that.
Good following,
yes,
Bandy.
Excellent. The goalkeeper had no chance here. 1 goal apiece here, and that goal scored just in the 28th minute of the game here.
Again, Bandy, this is just an indication of how balanced both teams are. It's a clear indication.
Well, great football here by Grenada in terms of coming back. 1 goal apiece here. Grenada 1, Barbados 1. But I still feel that I expect a lot more from the Grenada team, despite they putting back 1. They had to be very careful in terms of Barbados counter attack. At the moment, ball play inside there, good skills here, chance to score, good save. Which doesn't come off his line, and good save by him here. Just say your thoughts on the goalkeeper for Grenada.
Well, Bandy,
first time I'm seeing him.
Yes, not bad from what I'm seeing thus far from him. I don't think that he could have done much with the goal that was scored by Barbados. I believe he was taken by surprise as well, realizing that one of his defenders was approaching the Barbadian, but the Barbadian was smart enough to hit it on the run one time, did not delay, and so he took him by surprise.
Number 11, Jules, just for Grenada. He looked to me that his first touch is not really. Chance again for Grenada. Oh, shot coming in there. And as we were speaking about this, that player that scored that goal just for Grenada.
Jamal Richards.
Yeah, he set up with a lot more, good height. And if you notice, if he take the ball to the Bajan defense, he could create a lot more opportunity. At the moment, goal kick for Barbados, taken quickly. They're in position just inside the half. A lot of room and space and time for the defense for Barbados. He looks able to be again just inside the half, knocking the ball around. Ball chipping forward there, and ball tapping to touch by Grenada. Gonna be a throw for Barbados. So 1 goal apiece here, and we can see the coach for the Barbados team just looking to able to speak to each players. Some of the things that they need to be able to get right at the moment, as well as Coach Nixon Modest. And your thoughts on Nixon, just that?
The thing about it, Nixon has been around a pretty long time. He's a very experienced player. Remember, he played for football in Jamaica. The team can't come to my memory at the moment, but he played for a good while out there in Jamaica.
So you have the experience. I think he played in the Gold Cup as well.
Yes, he played for Grenada quite a number of times.
Caps, yeah. I remember him very well.
So his ability in terms of playing the game and knowing the game cannot be questioned.
I think you played with him as well. I think I played a lot of football, with him, even on the national team.
Yeah, I played against him.
Okay.
I used to be playing for GBSS, while I was playing for Eagles.
Okay. But I expect him to, but I think he need to really marshal the Grenada team if they really want to do well. I think that if he can be able to get some assistance in terms of at the international level, in terms of to give him some sort of help in that area, the FA can look into that.
But I believe once they are putting the ideas together, because I think Jake should be a real good asset for him to assist in that regard. Jake Kirani, he played football in Germany.
So he has the experience. Yes, he has the experience.
He's the assistant coach to Anthony Nixon Modest for this Grenada team.
I just said, talking about the game coming up against the USA at 8 p.m. here at the Kirani National Stadium on the 24th. That's going to be a cracker here. We expect a lot of people to be down here at this National Stadium.
Oh, yes.
At the moment. Barbados coming out with a ball here. Good break here on the left-hand side. Ball play inside. Lovely ball. Oh! Great ball there, just in there. Good skills by Barbados. The counter-attack just by Barbados really catch Grenada sleeping, and they better be very careful here tonight, this afternoon.
I thought that was a golden opportunity for Barbados to go to a bandy.
Well, they had
should not have missed out on that.
Well, they had to be very careful. That could really haunt them, as you say. Grenada still looking to just mount bail again. Ball, they're not seeing the coordination from them that the way it should. At the moment, Richardson looks to play it on the right-hand side. And good one to pass here. Jules back to good, lovely one too. Good football, lovely ball. I look forward, and that player up front that scored just never for Grenada, and he's the captain.
That's Jamal
Charles,
yes.
Right? He just if he really get that movement from the midfield, he could create a lot more problem for Barbados.
Well, of course, by any means, Jamal is a very dangerous player.
You can see that, and his height is a plus, and you could look to me that he agile in terms of,
yes.
So I think that, you can walk around him.
One thing about him, he reads the game well. He finds himself in very advantageous positions in the attacking third to score bandy. That's one good attribute about him in this game.
There was this player who scored, I think, a couple of goals for Grenada in a warm-up game. I can't remember, but he plays for the Hurricane team. He was a very good player. I don't know if he's on the national team as well. But, I think that we have a lot of good players in Grenada. But all that we need to do is just able to enhance that in terms of development, and we can able to have a good team. Because Grenada produces good players. At the moment, Barbados on the far side. The right-hand side, lovely ball. Looking to counter-attack there with the ball playing inside there. You have a defender that couldn't wait. Good defending here by Grenada. Ball tapped away. Danger about it here just in the halfway line. Still Barbados. Looks able to just build just inside Grenada half. One goal apiece here at the Kirani National Stadium. Barbados 1, Grenada 1. Still Barbados looking to make a lovely, good one to pass here. Just so you can see the coordination in terms of the passes here. They look really good thus far. At the moment, in position still is Barbados. Just inside their half. Looking to be able to build and able to create that opportunity in the attacking third. At the moment, they come away just inside the halfway line. Good one to pass here. Good. I love the control here, Jester.
So far,
and if you notice, Harris,
the
number 6 here, looked to me a very good player. In terms of, you speak about him, Jester, when we were coming down, and lovely ball. Lovely play in here by Barbados. Good one to pass. Still in position here. And you can see that in the warm-up as well, in the drills, that they were doing a lot of they want to pass. Good football here by them. At the moment, they're still in position here. More than 5 passes. Go. Jules, look able to win position, but they lose position again. This is the problem with Grenada. You can see 5 and 6 passes by Barbados. Lovely ball. Good defending. Grenada looking to come over with it. Still Barbados looking to ball tap into touch there. And it's going to be a throw for Grenada. So just a 1 goal apiece here. Barbados looking really good here in the first half here. Just 1 goal. They look to me that they have in the better the exchange as far.
Yes. Are we seeing a tussle in
well, I tell you what, just that is not really good in terms of players. Trying to be able to. This is not good for football in Grenada. At that level. It's a friendly international, and yes. I think to me that that players have to have discipline in terms of the officials, in terms of the game and stuff, and it's all good in terms of you can be able to get strong tackle and able to come up with it in terms of squaring up.
Bandy, sometimes it's really uncontrollable. We see
because
it happening at a very highest level.
We see that. I know because players are hot. They want to win.
Yeah, the adrenaline is.
Yes, what I mean.
But
we really would like to see that friendly encounter. So they're back to normal, and it's good to see that kind of a friendly spirit back today. But you don't want to see any fighting and any sort of because the viewers are looking at the game. And just so your thoughts on Mikey Live carrying that, around the Caribbean, around
the world.
the world,
going global.
Mikey, hats off to you.
Hats off to Mikey, yes.
Mikey
Live is a very popular.
I think you do.
Yeah, very popular social media and everything like that. A number of people tune in to Mikey to get the news and everything.
I remember one of my friends saying that they could be in the comfort of their home, in the living room, and having a look at the game. At the moment, it's going to be a show for Grenada. 1 goal apiece here at the Kirani National Stadium. 37 minutes gone into the first half, thus far. At the moment, Grenada with a chance. We take a shot. Good defending here. Danger of what it here by Barbados. Grenada with a chance. Shot coming in there. We go straight from the defender. We see ball playing inside of Grenada, still in position here, just inside Barbados half. We want to pass here. Ball play back to Jules. Ball play inside here. Danger of what it here. The ball going to touch there. And it's going to be a throw for Grenada. Just 38 minutes gone into the game here. 1 goal apiece here. Who do you think going to pull it off here this afternoon?
Well, Bandy, it's difficult to tell from a general point of view that the two teams seems to be balanced. But for a couple of minutes gone, we would have seen that Barbados really settling and really putting some passes at that time. I checked, they put about 12 passes together with it before Grenada could have intercepted. So they was really kind of coming into their own.
They looked a better team in terms of ball position, and at the moment, you have to be very careful. Infringement against Grenada, going to be a free kick for Barbados just inside the half around the 18-yard box there. And, in terms of, you can see that it has just in terms of the drills that they has practiced, they has put it into effect here in Grenada. And we'd love to see the Grenada team, not only just passing, but I would like to see a lot more direct play from them, the midfield creating bad play here. Chance for Barbados to counter-attack, ball play inside, going to be a corner. Ball tap into touch there. And poor defending on the part of the defense of the right back here for Grenada, Jester.
Yes, that was a bad miss, Bandy. That could have cost them dearly.
Well, Jester, at that level, looking to represent your country, you has to be at your peak. You has to, and the team that can create more mistakes, could be the team that could be detriment. It could be the downfall. Ball chip inside there. Barbados with a chance. Oh, danger of what's it here. Shot coming in there. Not on target there. Ball going to touch there, and it's going to be a goal kick for Grenada.
Players down for Grenada, Bandy.
Just and that's what you don't want here. You can see the official is calling the physio, and we hope that he's not anything serious. But remember, you have key game coming up. You don't want your players to really get injury at this time, because a team like the United States of America, you want your players to be at the best in terms of shape and condition. I was talking to one of the youngsters on the Grenada team he plays for Shamrock.
Would that be Joe Max Wildman?
Not Joe Max. Joe Max plays for Hard Rock, is it?
Yeah, Hard Rock. Yeah,
not Joe Max. We're talking one of the striker who I think he played in the second half at 4. Damien. Is it Damien his name? And he have an injury. That's why he was not on the squad this afternoon. And he's not in an injury. He's a very good player. I understand he had a good showing of himself when he came on in the second half for Grenada at 4. You're not missing any football here, and it's an infringement against it. Looks to me one of the players of Grenada is on the ground, and we didn't get a number. They just so that.
Yeah, we didn't get the number, Bandy.
Well, let's hope nothing serious.
But Bandy, this is the final in the series of international friendlies against Barbados, as our senior national men's team prepares to come up against the USA on Friday, March 24th in the CONCACAF Nations League showdown at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. And the tickets are available at gotofed.com and outlets around the island. So would like to encourage
to purchase the ticket for the game.
Start getting the tickets now and don't wait on the last.
And the pricing, just in terms of the pricing of the tickets, they have, could reach Canadians' pocket.
Well, of course, football of that standard of football. I mean, what you expect is, remember we play in USA.
International.
You come in to see a team that rank 13 in the FIFA ranking,
so you're
second in CONCACAF.
You're talking about the standard would be very high. I remember that when they played against Grenada here, the stadium was full. You remember that?
Yes.
Stadium, that was a real showdown, and you're going to have ESPN, I think it is.
Yes.
In terms for coverage and these things, and I'm like, so inside here will be flood in terms of media, and they will be down here days before in terms of preparation.
Very early, Bandy, let me tell you something.
The standard,
Teams like the USA, they don't take these encounters on them very lightly, and in fact, the manager of the US team, he came down here quite early to scrutinize everything already along. It's just an indication of how serious they take the football.
That is very important, just in terms of your preparation. And I just think that this is a page that we need to learn from in terms of our preparation. And, don't be that laid back, because, if you prepare well, just you expect results. You see it at the international level. You see it in exam. If you do an exam, your preparation is very important. And whatever you're doing, preparation is very important. One of the players on the ground there.
So Jamal Charles,
let's hope not anything that's
he's trying to get back up on his feet. Bandy, that will be a major concern for the Grenada team, because he's the man that carrying the weight of this offense for the Grenada team. Well, all hopes are on Jamal Charles.
Well, I tell you what, he looked to me a good player. Winning number 23 t-shirt, and we're into the first half here, and 1 goal apiece here at the Kirani James National Stadium, and we expect him to be able to remain on the team as a captain. At the moment, Barbados inside their half, in position, looking to make counter attack on the far right hand side of the field. We want to pass here. Still in position is Barbados on the right hand side here. Lovely ball here. Look to me, Harris. Ball chip inside here. That could be dangerous. Oh, danger averted here. And coming over with it is Barbados again inside the half. And the players. So we into the first half here. 4 minutes. At a time, and just 1 goal apiece here. Barbados won. But what I like about the Grenada goal just in the 28th minute is that Barbados has just scored, and they didn't take not long to come back and able to get the equalizer. So that in itself give them a good boost, but I'm love to see a lot more passes from Grenada, and I'm not seeing that here this evening. At the moment, Barbados inside Grenada half, looking to come over with it, intercepted there by the defender for Grenada, still in position, ball tapping to touch there. Gonna be a throw for Barbados. They were in the blue t-shirt, Grenada in the green and yellow. Red number, Barbados number is yellow, and so far. This is the final encounter between both teams. The first 2 encounter, both teams were deadlock. 1 goal apiece and 2 goals each. And here again at the Kirani James National Stadium with the final encounter. Both teams deadlock here again, 1 goal apiece. At the moment, Barbados inside, just around the 18-yard box. Love to see that player here. Just a nice, lovely turn. Still in position is Barbados. They look to me to have a very players that very keen in the left foot. At the moment, number 23. Look to me a good player in the making gesture. Still, good one to pass here. That's what they're really going to do here. Infringement there. And that's what they're good at, because they slow build up just in terms of the one to pass here. Ball chip forward there. Referee said it. You love that kick to be taken.
The infringement was against Mario Williams for Barbados.
So you're gonna Free kick for ball chip forward. Danger, good goalkeeping here by the goalkeeper Richardson. Good come off there by him, just lovely skills. And so ball chip down long, looking to find the player down on the far side. Ball back in position with Barbados. And just as you were speaking about the feel in terms of you have just a couple of days in terms of lovely one to touch it by Barbados. Still, Grenada win back position on the right hand side. But that pass should have been most effective. Barbados with a chance, and Richardson come off his line correct easily. We want to pass here, and just your thoughts on the Kirani James, Athletics National Stadium. What do you think?
Well, of course, we know that the facility is a really good one. But in terms of the ground is pretty dry, and as a result, you're seeing a lot of players are slipping, and because the studs cannot get grip when the ground is that hard at times. So that's one of the reasons why some of them are losing their footing and going to ground at times. You understand? But as I say, they need within the time left now and the 24th, they will have to do some serious work in attending to the surface of this field to bring it up to a better standard for the game coming up against the USA.
We're in injury time here. Barbados with a free kick about chip forward there. The head goes up, danger about it. And that's the end of the first half here. Just one goal apiece here. Grenada won, Barbados won here. And I tell you what, just looking at the both teams here, not taking anything away from Grenada, but to me, the first half here, I will give it to Barbados.
One goal each.
Bandy, I don't know if I want to be harsh on. In terms of possession, I think they had more possession than the Grenada team. Although, but Grenada don't give them the kind of room that they expect. I think that as Grenada goes to the drawing room, they need to be able to go and be able to have a much better plan in terms of how they could be able to get around the defense in Barbados attacking to it.
Well, Bandy,
the midfield as well, I'm not seeing much happening much in the midfield.
If you ask me my opinion of my assessment of this encounter thus far, when it now started off, the first 15 minutes of the game, Grenada had the better of the exchanges. They had more possession, and so they had created the opportunities. And by that time, they should have been 2 goals up. There saw one very clear opportunity that went a begging by the captain, John Charles. Thereafter, Barbados started coming into their own and really was starting to settle in a bit. And shortly after, they had drawn first blood and went 1-0 up. But it didn't take Grenada that long. Within about 4 to 5 minutes after, the Grenada team come and they equalize, right? However, if you ask me, Barbados, yes, would have had more of the possession, but generally speaking, you can see how evenly matched the two teams are. And with the score, it's a clear indication of what I make it to be. The fact that one apiece.
Well, let's hope that, both teams can be able to go at the drawing board just and able to come back into the second half here in the meantime. But, good football. What I'm saying here, I think that but I need to see a lot more create opportunities from Grenada. Because you're preparing a team like the States, I would love to see my players and be more hungry for goals.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that. You see the midfield, they want to pass it, the defense looking sharp. They need to look a lot more sharp. What we expect is a build-up. So let's hope that within the couple of warm-up games that they have coming up, they can look much more effective in terms of the preparation.
Well, yes, Bandy, and you see, the thing about it, we got to make listeners and viewers know, because some people are there and they may not understand so much of the game. So the halftime recess is very important as well. So it's not just merely to recess, it's also to assess the whole situation, and with the guidance of the coach, because they would be the one observing. And in a lot of instances, some teams have their statisticians to take to record like how many free kicks, how many fouls created. So they would assess the whole situation, look to capitalize on the weakness of their opponents, right? And that is how they'll be coming back in the second half, right? So that is the opportunity being used during our halftime. So in the meantime, we'll take you back to master control until we resume when the second half is ready.
Silence, summertime, come on to the Isle of Spice. Let's go. Ha. Buckle up, take that trip to Grenada for the summertime. Yes, man. Be a mass, drink some rum, smell some spice, and free up your mind. You know, see how we do. A gem in the Caribbean so unique.
Fantastic.
Sceneries to sweep you off your feet.
Fantastic.
Friendliest people you'll ever meet. Great food and calypso music. The time of your life is surely guaranteed. And we got ladies, sexy ladies, gorgeous ladies. Yes, they all so fine. Yes, man. Fat boom boom, tight zoom zoom, good waistline. Oh, how they could whine. Ha. See some body in a tight outfit, looking
fantastic.
In the club stage show at the beach, looking
fantastic.
Spiciest women you'll ever meet. There ain't no doubt about it. Can't resist my Grenadian baby. When it's summertime, come on to the Isle of Spice. Let's go. Spice Island, summertime, come on to the Isle of Spice. Let's go. Festival over, this chica from Venezuela say she want to stay. No quiero salir, por favor, puedo quedarme. Ha. Just one dip in the sulfur spring, feeling
fantastic.
Plus the jab stick that give her the sting, feeling
fantastic.
made this the island of her dreams. She love the ice cold and green. Say she want a Grenadian party. Right now we're talking about sex. I don't know why they prefer to use the word like the word illegal or something. Well, me can't stand. Excuse the paper and bad manners. We hope nobody not dick around. But right now we're talking feelings. Talking about that feeling when you're one in your wedding. Right. Sent out a broadcast message last week via BlackBerry to 20 women just to see what their response would be about that feeling they get when they want die urgently. I was amazed by the response that came back to me. Beauty say she wanna wet, Nashanda say dusty. Most of them say that funny feeling, but yeah, darling, oh gosh, she said that each you must crack and excuse the paper and bad manners. We hope nobody not dick around. But right now we talking feelings. Talking about that feeling when girls want in the wedding. That feeling. Talking about that feeling when girls want in the wedding.
Lord, Lord.
Yeah.
Lord, 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 Lord. Lord, Lord.
Ole we jamming.
Lord, Lord.
Ole we whining.
Left, right.
Woman, bam, bam, shaking.
Anyway, I'm in a big truck boss. I just reached bunks up with my partner. The one who does bring all the liquor them. Say he giving me a cooler, plus two ladies he say both of them. Well if I plan to get down crazy,
Nothing wrong with that.
I filter wine up on two ladies.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well if I filter round in the van, get drunk and show up my hands. Well you don't know that is the plan, mask them down, but they be jamming. Lord,
You is ole we whining.
ask why, this is Juve morning. Left, right,
Woman, bam, bam, shaking.
anyway, I'm in the big truck
She wanna ride, oh, to give her the wickedest ride. To mount up on that pony and just ride to the other side. She wanna ride, oh, to give her the wickedest ride. To mount up on that pony and just ride to the other side. The other day I went to Texas. I went up on this farm, and there I met this beautiful girl. Oh yes, she was a child. When I looked upon her face, I knew something was wrong. And then I turned and asked her, baby, tell me what's going on. She said it is her husband, he always beat her down. He Drop some cake and thump it down and toss her underground. I said, why don't you run away and hide? She says she cannot drive, and the horse says she cannot ride. She wanna ride, oh, to give her the wickedest right, to mount up on that pony and just ride to the other side. She wanna ride, oh, to give her the wickedest right, to mount up on that pony and just ride to the other side. She turned and looked me in my eye. Her voice was clear like day. She told me, please don't leave me here. Please take me. So I saddled up my stallion as we prepared to ride, and turned my back again to win as we made for the other side. Tears of joy were streaming down her face as she held on tight. I can smell the scent of her perfume as we rode through the night. I turned and whispered in her ear, baby, are you alright? She turned and told me, please don't stop. She wanna ride right through the night. She wanna ride, oh, to give her the wickedest right, to mount up on that pony and just ride to the other side.
I am a prayer for me country. Righteousness exalts the nation, but sin is a reproach to any man. I want to say a prayer to the Lord for my nation. I want to say a prayer for all them politicians. I want to beg the master to brighten their vision. Give them the inspiration to look beyond the horizon. Too long we living in bitterness and hate. Now the time is right for us to renew our faith. I'm sick and tired of all the confusion. The bigger be going on much too long. So as we move to the new century, Father, hear my plea. Hey, Father, I pray for the PM to find solution for the problem. Oh Father, I pray for every minister to see eye to eye with each other. Oh Father, I pray for progress, I pray for stability, I pray for happiness, and a whole lot of love in my country. Father, I pray for the police, please inspire them to keep the peace. Oh Father, Mr. Music, that's my name. Many people asking me, Jamo, how you love music so? I tell them, don't ask me this question because I don't know. Mommy Lewis told me from ever since I'm a little boy. Music was the only thing could have keep me satisfied. I'm a music man. I know how to play a tune to the beat. I know how to make a guitar sound sweet.
I met this chick for carnival. She only want to whine on me, whine on me. The way how she push it back, I could catch a heart attack. Is whining on me, whine on me. I tell you, that chick must be crazy, or maybe she baz OD when she whine back hard on me. Something is just sticking me. I just want a wine, I just want a little piece of girl. But something sticking me, something in your pocket, girl. It's sticking me.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Sticking me.
second of action.
Grenada versus Barbados. Score 1 each. Sit back, relax, and just enjoy some more football action.
Just welcome back here at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium, and Barbados won, Grenada won. We guess that both teams, in terms of going to the dressing room, may do some proper analysis in terms of how they come back to the second half. At the moment, the touch off is with Barbados, One goal apiece here. Barbados would look to able to put a lot more pressure into the second half. Grenada would look to really get a good result here in terms of preparation for the United States coming up on the 24th at the moment. Barbados inside the half. Want to pass here. And this is what it look good at just in terms of the build-up. Just come back into the second half. You give every player a feel in terms of to get back that touch at the moment. Good one to pass here, good skills. And he looked to me to have some left foot player, a good true pass there. Just so this is one of the passes I was speaking about in terms of in the attacking third. Hot in the heart of the defense there. And once you can do that well here, Babylon looking to really create that kind of space up front at the moment. They're in position. It's along the halfway line. Still, we see the hand goes up there by Grenada. Hand the ball. But still, it's Barbados on the left hand side. True pass coming in there. Infringement against Barbados. Ball play back to against Grenada. Sorry.
So, Bandy, just to give our listeners and viewers an indication as to Barbados is now defending the Dabo end, and Grenada is defending the C end.
And when you look at how the first half went back, Barbados will look to come back, know that the ball play inside there. Danger of outside. Chance again. Good defending here. And bit of pushing there. Number 7 for that number just for Barbados.
Foul committed by Ganes.
Yeah, you look to me, Ganes.
Yes.
And you're going to be a free kick for Barbados.
Yeah.
It's against number 7. That's
Michael Ganes.
Ganes. And you're going to be a free kick for just around the 18-yard back. So that could be dangerous for Grenada. 1 goal apiece here. Kirani James Athletic Stadium in Grenada. And Grenada is playing that friendly. That's the final encounter of 3 friendly games, yes sir.
Final of the 3.
And the previous 2 games were deadlock. The first game was 1 goal apiece. Second game 2 goals apiece. What will be here in the final encounter? At the moment, number 23 Jester.
Number 23, which is Rashid Jules for Barbados.
Jules, yeah, and that could be some problem here for the goalkeeper. And I think that ball didn't do any justice to that free kick Jester. I think he had enough time that to be able to just maybe to look to the far post and able to create a lot more problem for the goalkeeper. He's going to be a goalkeeper for Grenada into the second half. Just about 52 minutes.
It really was a poor free kick, Bandy.
Well, you expect players playing for the national team that level should be able to create a lot more problems to goalkeepers. The head goes up here, Grenada on the left hand side, ball tap into touch there. Look to me going to be a corner for Grenada. And one of the things I noticed just with Barbados, in terms of the defense, they don't, in terms of when they're defending, they played safe than trying to be able to win back position. If you notice, the player was under some pressure with the Grenada striker, and he ended up to play that ball into touch. They're going to be a corner for Grenada.
So early in the second half, Grenada has a corner already.
Ball chip inside there. The head goes up here. Chance for Grenada to score. Danger of it here. Good defending here by Barbados. The head goes up still. In position is Grenada. You can see a lot of airborne ball by the Grenada team. And good shilling there. It's going to be a free kick there for Grenada. By my looking here. Good shilling at the ball, just and let's hope not anything that serious against the player.
Good play by Stefan Abraham.
Lovely shilling on that ball there. And he winning number 10 t-shirt. So you look to me a good player.
Grenada would have made a substitution, Bandy. Cedric Lewis is on the field.
So he winning number 10 t-shirt.
Yeah, Cedric Lewis.
I happen to see him in a couple local.
Actually, no, it's my bad. He had started actually.
Definitely, just I remember seeing him, but you didn't see much of him in the first half. He's a player that has his qualities. You could see a lot more. It's going to be a free kick for Grenada, just around the 18-yard box on the left-hand side of the field. 1 goal apiece here at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium, and line up behind that ball, just try to pick up the number there. The player, he looked to be number 11, is it?
It's the number
anyway, we see what Grenada are going to do with that ball here.
Julian.
Jews are going to shoot the ball inside. The ball tipped to the far post.
Number 13, that's Stefan Abraham.
That didn't do any justice. Just it's a poor free kick from that player. You know, Abraham. He could have done a lot better than that gesture.
Yes.
Lot better than that. I mean, and you're looking at in terms of your preparation for that game coming up against the USA, you have to be much more threatening in terms of a free kick like that in the 18-yard box.
I do
top
agree.
18-yard box. You're going to be a show for Barbados. Take him quickly on the left hand side of the field. Touch on again, ball into touch there. So we see that, you know, just we see in the first half, Grenada, in the first few minutes, we really, you know, putting Barbados on the rope. Barbados coming to them, scoring all the goal, and that's in the 26th minute. They scored the first goal. Grenada come back in the 28th minute. Not much minutes after they scored. What do you think Grenada really need to do to really create some problems at the back? Because Barbados have to be very careful here.
Well, Bandy, for what I realize, I am still not seeing that width enough has been given on the attack with the Grenada team to open up the spaces so that they can get around the flank and playing it across the face of goal.
You see, I'm not taking anything away from the Grenada team, but what I'm looking at, I would love to see the control, the pass, the more direct play to the players. You know, I mean, look at that pass here from that player. You can show in terms of control. You know, just to lay a pass easy. You know, in terms of the decision making, to me that the decisions are very poor here this evening in terms of the choices in terms of passes and turns. Barbados look much more better in that area at the moment. Barbados inside the Grenada half. Look to come to the other side. Ball chipped forward there, just to the goalkeeper. Richardson, come off his line, make a long kick. Leading the ball upfield. The head goes up here. Danger of what's it here. Lovely skills here. Just about look to me is a Jews in Frenchman there against Barbados. So around the halfway line. So one goal apiece here. Just I'm looking at Barbados would really look to go ahead. Grenada, I'm not taking anything away from them in terms of what I saw in the first half. But I'll be honest with you, they need to be a lot more aggressive if they want to score. I'm more hungry for goals. I'm not seeing that aggression. And even in the choice of passes. Lovely ball by Grenada. Intercepted there. Ball tap into touch there. Going to be a throw for Barbados. Ball knocked forward again by Barbados. Still Grenada. Look, lovely skills. Ball play. This is the kind of pass I'm looking for just from Grenada. You know, but they give it away.
Pressure.
This is what I'm saying. You know, in the attacking third, you're not seeing that danger from the Grenada strikers, and that is no runs. No, you know, you're looking for that. At the moment, still, is Grenada inside the half. Want to pass here. Barbados looking to come out with it. Able to win back position inside Grenada half. Lovely pass. Still, look to play on the far side there. You have the defender taking very good skills here. Tap into touch there. Good defending here. And I would love to see them create a lot more direct and more shooting quickly for Barbados. And they're looking to come out with it. Strong tackle there. Grenada. Win back position. It's around the halfway line. Good cool. You just can't believe. Just Grenada losing a lot of position in when they're able to win back position, and that is a bad. That's not really good for them.
Yes, we need to see the Grenada team settling and put some more passes together.
If you look at you remember the team like with Franklin Battis, Nixon Modest, Patty Modest, you know, Corey Charles.
Yes.
The type of football that you're seeing, and here now you have players who watching international football, like the World Cup just a few months ago just finished played, and you know at that level you could see players more aggressive, much more agile in terms of the turns, the runs, lovely ball. You know, Grenada in position again. This is what I'm talking about. They give away the ball easily, just Still,
Yes.
Barbados, lovely turn. If you notice the turns of the Bajans, they look a lot more better than the Grenadians team at the moment. Ball tap into touch, they're going to be a throw for Grenada. So 1 goal apiece here. Grenada 1, Barbados 1 here. This is the final encounter of a 3-match series.
Yes.
And Grenada would really love to pull off a win here because you're the home team. Barbados will feel proud just in terms of, even though they didn't win the game and they locked one eyes, but they have done well.
Yes, I think the Grenada team really need to give the fans some hope and create some excitement. We are not feeling that, Bandy. We're not really seeing that momentum.
I am a footballer, just and I tell you, I love to see exciting football. I'm not seeing that from the Grenada team just for at the moment. Barbados look to a bit of Bill among tack again, just inside their half. Along the halfway line, they lovely skill, nice turn, and ball through past there, but a little bit too hard there. And Richardson come off his line correct easily. So 1 goal apiece. We're into this 60th minute of this second half here, encounter between both teams here. And any team here scoring just might be able to pull it off here this afternoon in terms of a victory. And still Grenada on the far side. Ball into touch, going to be a throw for Barbados. So you're listening to, you're viewing Mikey live, and good evening to all, good night to all the viewers. Just wherever you're viewing, we're good to have you with us in the encounter here. And just it's really a joy to, kudos to Mikey, where he can able to has this, where you can able to bring football directly to the homes of the viewers, and a lot of credit to him.
Brilliant ball, Bandy.
Lovely defending.
Good build-up of play by the Bajans. Well, starting off in the midfield.
I tell you what, this is what going to create problems, because when you're playing football, you have to create problem for the opponent, put them under pressure. Barbados make a lovely diagonal ball, and that creates some problem here for the Grenada defense here. Even he could be injured there. Let's hope that he's not serious. So one of the players of Grenada is on the ground, and let's hope it's not anything that serious. But you look at the second half here, you don't see the intense that what Barbados showed in the first half, but they start coming into their own, and the Grenada defense have to be very careful. Are you happy with the defense? I'm not happy with the midfield.
I am really not happy with the defense.
I am not seeing the midfield, the strikers. You're not seeing, and you're not seeing that coordination.
And that sort of transition that should be taking place in midfield. You're really not seeing that from the Grenadians as it ought to. And if we really want to pose a threat and come away with this victory here this evening, Bandy. We really need to reorganize our play.
Yeah.
We need to possess more of the ball. That's one of the things. At times the Grenada win possession, but they don't keep it for long. Easily given away back to the Bajans.
Yeah, and in terms of the choice of passes, sometimes not really, effective. And just when you look at a team like Grenada right now, in terms of the preparation, the midfield, the defense, I think they have a lot of work to do. If you're really going to put a good fight against America, the USA team, you can. To me, what I'm seeing here, I'm not satisfied. There's a lot more work need to put into to get results, because you're looking at the passes, you're looking at the controls, the attacking third. You're not seeing that kind of because players hungry. You're not seeing that kind of direct. The goalkeeper take a chance with that play there in front of the goal. Yes. That ball could have easily knocked the player and go into the back of the net.
Into the back of the net.
And I've seen goals like that scored at the international level.
Many times.
So you have to be very, very careful. And what I'm seeing as a national team, we need to see the national team much more aggressive in terms of want to score, want to you know, the standard should be a lot more higher than that at the moment. Barbados, inside Grenada half. That could be a lovely ball. Still in position here, ball chip inside here. They had to be very careful. Still Barbados will take a shot. A little bit too hard here, the first touch to let him down. Still Barbados with a chance to score. Left foot shot coming in there. And we go straight from the defender there, but Grenada living dangerously in the attacking third just now.
Yes, you have to be careful. You really have to be careful.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about just now. They lose in position very easily. You're not seeing the strikers, you're not seeing the midfield, you're not seeing that coordination at the moment amongst attack. Good defending. Barbados not giving them the kind of a room that they need here. And ball tap into touch, going to be a throw for Grenada on the left hand side of the field. 1 goal apiece here. And I think that the coach of Barbados just you can see him on the touch line there. He's very happy with what I'm seeing thus far in the second half. Grenada. Yes. They look the better team to me here tonight.
Head coach
thus far.
Orlando de Costa from Portugal.
He's doing a good job thus far. He'll be pleased with what he's seeing here from Barbados. At the moment, they come away with it just inside Grenada half. Along the halfway line. Good, lovely skills, lovely touch here on the left hand side. Ball chip inside here. That could be dangerous for Grenada. Danger for it here. Still is Grenada look to come away with it. They lose position again. And this is what you're talking about. Barbados retrieve back inside Grenada half. Good football here by Barbados. Ball play back inside here. Danger averted here by Grenada. Good football here by both teams. But what I'm saying, the better the exchange gesture, Barbados put on a lot more pressure in the second half.
Yes, Barbados are possessing more of the ball, because the thing about it, as soon as Grenada intercepts, they don't keep it that long. They give it back up to Barbados within a very short space of time without putting about 4 or 5 passes together.
At the moment, good one to pass, a lovely touch there. And still, chance to score in the 18-yard box here. Barbados with a chance. And strong defending there still. Ball chip inside. Danger, but they're living dangerously at the back here this evening, Jester.
Yes, Bandit, the thing is, and Grenada, they have a number of players that are coming back in the 18 yards box, but are they doing what they're supposed to do? Barbados are still finding their way easily into the 18 yards box, possessing the ball. That can be very dangerous.
What I'm seeing here, just missing the upright there, Jester. And I tell you what here, Nick Simodas, which is the coach, and Jake Rennie, assistants, they will not be happy what I'm seeing here tonight, this evening. No. They will not be happy here tonight. Because if that's what you have to offer at the national level, I tell you what, you have to come on.
There's a cause for concern.
A lot.
Yes.
A lot of work has to be done. I'm not satisfied with what I'm seeing here this evening. Right. Ball chip inside there. A chance for Barbados to really bury Grenada and go 2 ahead, but just failing to convert. I think they had a really good chance. Watch the replay. Ball chip back inside there, just missing the upright.
Yes, man. So at the moment, you're not missing any football. The physio on the field, attending to the number 13 for Grenada. That's Stefan Abraham. I guess by now the coaches, both coaches of the two teams, might be looking to bring in some fresh legs, Bandy.
You know, I you know, maybe if Ashley Ramfox is watching that game here, he would be very displeased with what he's seeing, you know. And my reason for saying that, with you know, one of the things that he used to take the national team and play the clubs in the
Grenada 1989 Shell Cup team, but that was a bomb team.
Yes, you know, come on. And you know, he used to take the national team and plays, you know, all the clubs in Grenada, go into all the different communities and play and see the weaknesses and able to strengthen that. Here it is, Grenada against Barbados here, just inside their halfway line. Barbados looking to come out with it. And the good old lovely skills. Nice one to turn here by Barbados. Good football here by Barbados. Just they're looking really good in terms of their first touch and the controlling passes here. Nice way to pass here. And you know, the choice of passes look more effective than Grenada at the moment. Still, in position is just inside the halfway line. Ball played forward again, intercepted there by Grenada. Looking to come out with it. I'd love to see them control and able to make more, you know, have much more direct passes to the player, not just kicking the ball anyhow. But you can see that you have your plan and good attacking football.
Again, the ball has been given away by
this is what I'm saying, just a loose position again. Barbados looking to counter attack, that could be dangerous here. And infringement against Barbados there. One of the players really, and we see.
So we see a substitution.
I think
some
that
fresh legs
I
coming
think
in.
that was in the making just a number 6 going in, as well as number 9. You could give that names and them just.
Number 9 is Joshua Isaac. Number 6 is Ethan Telesford.
But we'd love to see who really coming off here. And at the moment, Barbados is looking to really see they can able to go ahead, and look to be the player that coming off. And see it from the third official.
So Jamal Charles is coming off.
Is it the captain?
Yes, the captain and the main striker is coming off to give way to Joshua Isaac.
Let's hope Isaac could be able to make a showing of himself here, get an opportunity here. 70 minutes gone into the game, into the second half just about now. And Barbados having a bit of exchange in the second half. 1 goal apiece here at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Barbados 1, Grenada 1. Tussle for the ball around in the middle of the field here.
Look at number 6.
Intercepted there.
For
That's
Barbados.
Harris,
Harris.
Yeah, he looked to me a real good player in terms of his, marshal in the midfield, in terms of, because, in the midfield just you need that kind of engine.
Yes.
To really, stir the team, and you're going to be a throw for Grenada. Far right inside of the field, going to be a throw for Barbados. Sorry, throw taken quickly. Good skills here by Barbados. Looking to mount attack here, and they come back inside here. Good football here, still by Barbados. In position, just around the halfway line. Good one to pass here. This is what I'm talking about, just what the choice of passes. Very effective. Grenada come over with it. Ball tap into touch. It's going to be a throw for Grenada. Grenada has to really come good to win that game here this evening.
Yes. Yeah. Well, let's see what they are bringing on some fresh legs. So let's see how effective that change will be. Joshua Isaac is one of the promising players. He plays locally for Paradise FC International.
So he's a good player.
He really is a good player. He does score some goals.
I'd love to see Damien here this evening in terms of what he had to offer. But you're not seeing an injury. He plays for the Shamrock club in St. Patrick's. And some of the players, that you love to see them really get the opportunity. At the moment, they're going to be a throw for Grenada. Look to me a long one, number 5. Here, taking a long throw here. Throw taken quickly, that could be dangerous here. But the head goes up. Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Ball tap into touch, it's going to be a corner.
Grenada in the 66th minute of play. Entering the game, player number 6.
So 1 goal apiece here.
Leaving the game, player number 18, Royal Alexander. Also entering the game, player
Grenada
number
1,
7,
Barbados
Omar
1. Corner for Grenada.
Player number 13, Stefan Abraham.
The left hand side of the field.
Also entering the game, player number 9,
Chip inside
Joshua Isaac. And leaving the game,
goalkeeper come off his line, make it easy save. Yeah. Still, Grenada. Loose position. Ball tap inside there. Chance for Grenada to score. Good defending here by Barbados. And the ball tap into touch there. Gonna be a corner again for Grenada. So for a very long time, the ball is just going to the attacking third of the Barbados defense. And as a home team, and in terms of your preparation to meet a team like the United States, you have to do a lot more in the attacking third here. At the moment, not a good corner. Danger about it here. Still, Grenada in position here. Ball play back to find the sweeper. Barbados win back position here. Giving away easily. And we can see that. Good defending here by the goalkeeper. That really could have put him in a lot of trouble. Still, good skills. Looking to come over with it is Grenada. Just inside the half. Goalkeeper Richardson. Are you happy with him in terms of what you're seeing?
The goalkeeper?
I'm not pleased with what I'm saying. Remember this goalkeeper what play? I think he went to the Gold Cup for Grenada in the United States. I try to remember. Very He makes some brilliant save. I try to remember his name.
That's the Belfont.
Belfont. Come on. I'd love to see him here. I think these are the type of guys that, what I like about Belfont. Jason Belfont. He has a lot of confidence. And you're not seeing that, I want to see players have confidence in what I'm doing, because you look at it, before you come in, Jester, you look at the Grenada team, like they're not sure what they're doing. They're not sure. And, they need to be positive in terms of what they're doing. With Barbados, you're the home team. You're supposed to stamp your authority.
Yes.
I mean,
I do agree with that sentiments being expressed.
You were saying something.
But even Jason Belfont, of late, I find that he has been playing more on the field than being in the bars. Even when
I think he played in Roselle local.
Yes, even when the Pure Grenada Cup play, or even in the Wagiti, I should say, the Wagiti Super Knockout, you realize that he was playing on the field rather than being within the bars. Well, in recent times.
He's a lovely player, and
so
I would love
he's
to see,
versatile.
Yeah, really good in the bars, and I would really love to see this. The goalkeeper. I see him because I see he make some brilliant save in the Gold Cup in the United States. When Grenada were playing up in the Gold Cup, and he saved well. The commentators speak well about him. So I think he has and you look at the goalkeepers and what we're seeing right now. I mean, what I'm seeing here, I know they have a lot of work to do, but by my showing here, they're going to have a lot of work to do. Lose position again. At the moment, Barbados is looking to come away with it. And not taking anything away from the Grenada team, but they need to do a lot better than that here. They have a chance to score. Ball play forward here. It could be dangerous. We take a shot. Oh, brilliant defending. Great defending on the part of the defense here for Barbados, Jester.
But I thought that the first break. Bandy stayed too long to decide what he really wanted to do, whether he wanted to go have a shot on goal or play it across the face of goal for one of his strikers to tap it in.
Well, you look at the goal Barbados scored first just at the 26th minute, and it's around that area, and the ball was on the move, the defender was coming, and the gentleman you call it a snapshot. Lovely skills, ball tap into touch there. So if you kick on the run, you remember that ball going in the far post, and the goalkeeper had no chance on that first goal score for Barbados.
Yes.
So if you kick on that run here, you could also have the goalkeeper in Barbados, the goalkeeper in some problem.
But we must give the defender for Barbados
excellent
some credit.
defending. Excellent defending.
Got a foot in and
excellent. What's your composure in terms of you're not seeing that Katafa composed, lovely ball. Danger avoided here, good defending here on the part of the defender for Grenada. And I would love to see, and just so you see a lot more intense in terms of the attack now by Grenada. Don't know if it's a change that creating that way, but you could see that in front they against Grenada. Barbados. Gonna be a free kick just inside Barbados half here.
That's good refereeing there, Bandy. What you realize is that
a bit of pulling.
Yes, he tried to play the advantage, but realizing that they'll lose that advantage in the process. He now calls it back. So a free kick for Grenada.
Well, just like you see Grenada having a little more intense in terms of the moving forward, and this is what you look to see: create problems for your opponent. Because in the chance for Grenada to score, ball tap on the right hand side of the field. Barbados back in position, long ball downfield. Ball tapped again, still losing position is Grenada, and Barbados looking to come out with it. Look at plays on the left hand side, lovely ball. That could be dangerous. Still coming out with is Barbados. Good interception here by Grenada. Danger averted here. And you're not seeing, I'm not seeing the strikers, and I'm not seeing the midfield for Grenada. And the way they're coming out with it. Lovely ball. This is what I'm looking for here. Grenada, you have a chance. You have enough time to kick and score. Oh! Is that hit the upright or the goalkeeper make a brilliant save?
It hit the goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper. Brilliant save by the keeper there. Good break by Grenada. This is a counter-attack, and you look and see the crowd feel really pleased here. Chance for Grenada to score! And they scored! Just this is what I'm saying.
Joshua Isaac, the man scoring the goal.
Well, just a lovely ball, diagonal ball. When you play football like that, Jester, you're going to create problems for your opponent. Lovely ball in. Watch that ball. You know, that was the first shot there.
Yeah, that was the first shot.
Oh, that was he hit the post.
Upright, yes. The upright.
I know that the ball hit the upright here, and good shot there by him, but good goalkeeping here. And the defense of Barbados there, they could have done a lot better than that here in terms of clearing that defense there. But the ball just go to lovely football by Grenada in terms of the counter attack. That ball that came in here from the far right hand side just into. And great goal by the Charles, he says.
No, Joshua Isaac.
Isaac.
Yes,
He's
long. He's very tall striker.
He was one of the substitutes.
Yes, one of the substitutes. And Bandy, that's the thing. Since they would have made 3 substitutes at the same time. We had Joshua Isaac coming in. Jamal Charles went out. We had Roma Frank coming in. Stefan Abraham went out. And then we had Ethan Telesford entering while Rael Alexander went out.
Well, I tell you what, just what I'm seeing there from Joshua Isaac there, a lovely execution in terms of the ball. Was a very good ball in there, and he was in right position to tap the ball in the far post. 2 goals to 1 here at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. And trust me, Grenada go ahead here just... and this is what we were speaking about in terms of putting pressure on your opponent. And if you notice, you're creating the chances, and Barbados is on the backbone now.
Yes, but I've definitely seen an increase in the agility and intensity since this 3 substitution would have been made for the Grenadians.
Well, I tell you what, this is what you're looking for, because as I said you already, I wasn't seeing anything in the attacking third, neither the midfield. But from the time you come in, you see some kind of a momentum. This is what you want in football. You have to hustle the opponent. You have to put them under pressure, let them make mistakes, and able to capitalize on the mistakes. I love when I play in football too. I even watch players how they're breathing, to be able to know, hey, I go take it to you. You know, at the moment, Barbados on the left hand side, looking to be able to see if they can equalize here, but they're in some problem here at the moment. And they're taking in lovely skills in Frenchman there against Grenada. And but you cannot take out your eyes on them just because they can easily come back and able to give you a sniper. Just about 82 minutes gone into the second half, and Grenada has to be able to do a lot, you know.
Substitution for Team Barbados.
So Barbados is looking to make a substitution. Just about now.
Andre Butcher, and leaving the game, player number 4, Mario Williams. Also entering the game, player number 9, Tajio James, and leaving the game, player number 22, Rashad Jones.
So Barbados was making 2 changes here, Jester.
Yes.
And you're able to pick up that.
Yes, so leaving the game is
and the goal scorer for Grenada, player number 9,
Barbados.
Joshua
Also the number
Isaac,
23,
and the
Rashid Jones, and entering for them
Grenada,
are the
2,
number 11,
Barbados,
Najee
1.
Butcher, and Tajio James. That's Tajio is the player that score all 3 goals for Barbados in the previous encounters.
He wearing the number 9 t-shirt?
Yes, he wears the number 9.
He looked to me a little stumpy player. Keep your eyes on him. But at the moment, the free kick for Grenada. They lead by 2 goals to 1 here at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. And ball chip forward here. And good football here by Grenada.
So Bandy, I don't know if you picked it up, but a yellow card has been issued to Joshua Isaac. I guess it's the manner in which he celebrated when he scored that goal. That's what it was
taking off the t-shirt.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know, players these days love doing that, you know, but I think you have to be very careful, because you could create an infringement, and you could get a second yellow card, and that could cost you, you know, your team, and even you can't even play for the next game.
Yeah, you are correct about that. You could easily put your team under pressure.
A lot of pressure.
Yes.
And a player like his caliber, in terms of just scoring and get a red card, in terms of maybe a foul he creates with a yellow card just by taking off your t-shirt. I think, you know, you have to you could be on the field, you know, you're celebrating, but, you know,
so
keep your t-shirt on.
Team make another substitution. Entering is the number 15. That's Dwight Joseph. Yeah, and I think leaving.
So at the moment,
that will be sorted out just.
At the moment, it's a lovely ball in, out to score. What a opportunity
miss.
created there again. And just from the time you see that two players came in there, the counter attack.
And he just came in on the field.
I tell you what, because if you look at Barbados,
bad miss by Dwight Joseph.
Yes,
Bandy.
you know, but the ball just a little bit hard for him there. But good opportunity, just at the diagonal ball, creating some problem for Barbados defense here. And if you notice that Finch in the first half, they had some problems with that. At the moment, Grenada inside Barbados half, they're looking to be able to now feel more confidence on the ball, Jester. And that's what they need to do. Nice turn. Ball play forward again. Good one to pass here. Still, Grenada in position here. Lovely skills. Good football here. Good coming away with it. And try to pick up that player.
Better from the Grenadians.
Yes, they're looking much better. This is the kind of football. Ball chip inside the ball. A little bit too hard there. Goalkeeper come off his line here. Make an easy save. You know, just not much minutes here. Just about 5 minutes. Again, left into the game with injury time, Jester. 85 minutes gone in the game at the moment. Infringement against Grenada. Keep taken quickly here. 2 goals to 1 here at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium here. Barbados 1, Grenada 2. The final encounter in a 3-match series here in Grenada. The first 2 games was able to were deadlock. At the moment, Grenada looking to mount a counter attack here. That could be dangerous here. 1-on-1 situation here. Good defending here by Barbados. Danger averted here. And they had to be very careful at the back. Strong tackle coming in there, refreshing infringement. Just you can see a lot more positive, aggression in the attacking third and even the midfield from the Grenada team. Your thoughts?
Yes, I must admit, Bandy, since the coaches made that 3 substitution, and now we have a 4th with Dwight Joseph coming in and Christian Julian living, and that has definitely made a difference in boosting the ego of the Grenadian team and taking it to the Bajans, actually.
Well, that's what you need, just when you're able to make substitution, that the substitution that you make could be able to create some impact and do exactly lovely skills here. Ball chip inside here. That looked to me Harris. Lose position against Barbados, but able to win back position inside the half here. Strong tackle coming in there. Still, Grenada. And good defending here.
Good use of the hands there by the Bajan defender.
Well, I tell you what, good shooting at the ball. This is what,
Bandy.
When you're playing football, if you can able to have that very shielding at the ball effectively here, it could create some problem. Barbados inside Grenada half here. And ball chip inside, danger averted here. Ball going to touch there. And it looked to me going to be a corner. By my looking here, now you're going to be a goal kick. Is it? And we see some kind of tussling again, just that. This is not good for football in Grenada. This is not good for football here at all. Because you can see the referee's asking the Bajan player
This is really not looking nice.
Keep his cool, but you see a sort of a, and I think that the discipline needs to be able to be with the players and them at that level. Young players, looking to be able to keep, play for your country. You need to have some
corner, Bandy.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be a yellow card to somebody issued here. Just see the referee pull is it his red card? Oh. And a Grenada player get a red card here, just at number 5. Number 5. And we can see is it a cut on his...
5 for Grenada, that's Kimran Marshall.
Marshall, getting a red card. And that's not good just for the team, because that could be and we were speaking about that earlier on, that could be a downfall, could create some serious pressure on your team. If you keep your cool, I always feel that players could. You ever get a red card, Jester?
I can't remember myself getting a red card in football.
Boy,
I really can't.
I won't tell
I
you.
got yellow already, but
I get a red. I get one red card, and I never in my life would have. I think we're going to be a corner for Barbados. Ball chip inside here. That could be dangerous for Grenada. Danger of what's here. Ball hit back in the middle of the field here. Chance for Barbados to equalize. Grenada come out with it. Oh, bad control here. Just about that player here. Ball play back here. Still. Barbados, lovely skill. They have a chance to equalize. The ball goes to the far side. Chance to equalize. Barbados still in position here. You have a defender to come and good defending here. Strong tackle there. Grenada look to come out with it. And the ball going to touch there. Look to me gonna be a goal kick. And just so your thoughts here, Barbados looking to find the equalizer here. Grenada looking to just calm the clock down. Your thoughts on that?
Yes.
So 95 minutes, so to me.
Okay. That's it.
So by my looking here,
one of the defenders for the Grenada team is down. It looked like Michael Ganes.
Let's hope it's not anything that's serious. So it's gonna be a goal kick for Grenada. 2 goals to 1, but just
back up on his feet. Back up on his feet.
We see in the latter part of the second half, Grenada look a much better team in terms of what they played in the Barbados had the much better exchange in the second half. They look more direct in terms of the playing, but Barbados, you don't give them that chance because they could come back into the game here and score here this afternoon.
Yes, Bandy, and I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for Team Grenada in the.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I have with me at the moment Anma Boyce, and he is the communications officer for the Barbados national team. Boyce, at the moment, Grenada leads 2-1. What would you say based on the result of the game at the moment from a Bajan standpoint?
Yeah, but I want to say, first of all, good night to all the listeners and all the viewers. I'm here in Grenada and back home in Barbados, actually all over the world. So we see Barbados start to come forward again. I thought the boys were good in the first half. Credit to them for getting the opening goal. Armando Sugar Lashley with the strike. But then, once Grenada got the equalizer, I think the momentum shifted hands a bit, and obviously the home support got behind the Grenadian team, and that led to the second goal for the hosts.
Yes, but do you interpret it as I have when Grenada made that 3 substitution all together in terms of Joshua, Isaac coming in, Roma, it was Ethan Telesford coming in, Roma Frank, and
it's
Joshua.
A lovely goal! It's not Drake Butcher for Barbados, and that's the equalizer.
Oh my
Whoa!
It's a goal for Barbados.
Fantastic from Nadre Butcher. Lovely. Cut in on the right foot, back to the left leg. Top corner, absolutely amazing. Fantastic. One for the top draw. He's loving it. They're loving it.
And I have been making that point from the very beginning of this 3-match series when it first started at 4. The both teams seems to be evenly matched. And here again, when we thought that Grenada was cruising to victory, Barbados yet again able to come and equalize it, tying it up 2 goals apiece.
Yeah, well, a couple minutes probably left in this one. Stoppage time now as we see the clock winds to the 90th minute. It's Barbados again in the possession. But as you was making the point, it seems to be, if you look at the score lines, Mikey, 1-1 in the first encounter, 2-2 in the second encounter, and 2-2 is the score line as we head into extra time. Definitely, most people would say, if you look at the score, a relatively balanced results in terms of both teams. Neither team being able to get that goal that would get a winner. I mean, we still have a couple of minutes left as we look at the replay. Takes the touch on the right boot. He knows exactly what he's going to do, and it's a lovely left-footed curler. The keeper stood no chance. Showed great composure, great skill from the young butcher. I think he's 19 years old, Mikey, so this young man has a lot of promise. But we talk about the goal, but what about the build-up from young Tajio James? He would have scored 3 goals for Barbados so far in this series, and it was a lovely assist. Head up. He knew exactly where Butcher was, and once Butcher got into that position, there was only one thing on his mind, and it was the back of the net.
It was a brilliant goal indeed. The second goal from the Belgians was really, really a brilliant. The build-up was brilliant as much as the goal. Well executed. I believe it's a goal that will score in any bars within in the world. Really brilliant taking goal. Well executed by the Belgians. That second goal.
Yeah, great football all around. As we heard, the fourth official has signaled 6 added minutes as Shaquan Clark, the number 8 for Barbados, he makes his way into the game. So a lot of extra time. We saw a couple of stoppages throughout the game, and I think 6 minutes is definitely warranted.
Yes, and quite a lot can happen within 6 minutes. Yeah, quite a lot can happen, but only time will tell. So, why did you think the coach opted of leaving out Tajio and he being the main marksman for the Barbados team?
Yeah, well, I thought it's probably just a case where obviously these matches are friendly games, so the coach perhaps wanting to see a number of different players. So I think that's probably the reason that he would have opted to put Tajio in from the second half. Yeah, like I mentioned before, a bit of friendly games, and I think it's just a bit of squad rotation. We know in the last game here at this venue, the head coach Orlando Da Costa, he made 10 changes to the team that drew 1-1 at the farm playing field. So obviously, his indications are clear that it is a case where he's looking at the players. As I mentioned before too, it is a relatively young squad. The average is around 20 to 23. As you see the ball played there, back into Butcher. Can he keep it alive? No, he cannot, and he's a bit frustrated there as the ball goes out into touch.
Because he thought he would have been getting a corner from it actually.
For Grenada.
So I understand that your head coach and made some comments. There was concern about the surface of the playing field and and so as a result, to please the FA decided to reschedule the game from Guav to down here. But in terms of some of the ground compared to what you've seen for, is it much better off than some of the grounds of which your players are involved in Barbados as compared to what you have seen in for?
Look, I don't think it's a situation where it's a matter of pleasing. I thought when we looked at the ground, I think it's a situation where both teams would have been concerned about the playing surface in terms of injuries.
Okay.
So obviously I think that's the decision. I don't think it's a case of trying to please anyone, but more or less looking out for the best interest of the players, and not only the Barbadian players but the Grenadian players as well.
Teams.
Because obviously these are friendly games, but we wouldn't want any of the players to pick up any serious injuries as well.
Well, yes, the reason why I said to please is because the complaints really came from within the Bajan camp, really. So that's the reason why I put it that way. But as you rightly say, it could seeking the interest of both teams.
Yeah,
I do agree. But it was supposed to be played in Guav. I don't know what the field condition is like in Guav. It's a while I haven't been around the Guav playing field. So what's it after the game here this evening? What is left in terms of the agenda football-wise for this Barbados team?
Yeah, well, we go back home and we will continue our preparations ahead of the CONCACAF Nations League. Obviously, we play Cuba on March 23rd, so that's a game that we'll be looking forward to at home in Barbados at the World Turf. And then 3 days later, we'll be coming up against Antigua and Barbuda on March 26th. So, in terms of the preparations, it'll be, for the head coach and for the players, to get their minds going, both on and off the pitch, so that, we can get ready for the 2 encounters versus Cuba at home and then Antigua and Barbuda, I think, in Antigua.
And there goes my concern for both teams, and they could never really feel comfortable based on the results they have attained from these 3 match encounters. For one, you will be playing Cuba. First, Cuba ranked 14th in CONCACAF, while Antigua ranked 20 in CONCACAF. The Grenadians, their preparation from this encounters is to take on the might of the USA. USA rank 13 in the world in the FIFA ranking, and they rank number 2 in CONCACAF. So that's my main concern. What are your comments in that regard?
Yeah, well, in terms of getting a gauge, I think both head coaches, so we see the final whistle has been blown. I think it's a case though where both teams are happy to get that playing time on the pitch. So yeah, in terms of having to take on these higher ranked opponents, yes, it's a situation where both coaches can see the players that they have at their disposal, and then a situation where they can look to see if they have to bring in any overseas based players.
So the first game ended.
So thank you very much, Mr. Boyce, and of course I would like to wish you the very best in your future endeavors as far as your national team is concerned, going into the encounter with Cuba coming up on the 23rd of March.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It really was a pleasure meeting you, and I hope we'll see you in the near future.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So I'll invite back to the microphone my co-commentator Chester Bandy David. Bandy, I'll give you the opportunity first to make a comment now that the final whistle has sounded.
We don't want to see a lot of credit to Barbados in terms of that second goal by Butcher. You hear the gentleman was speaking from Barbados State. This was a great ball in terms of the pass there, both skills and the execution right in the far post. The goalkeeper had no chance. When you look at how Barbados play in the second half, despite Grenada come back in the latter part in the second half, but Grenada, Barbados, look to me, just a little nudge on top of the preparation than Grenada. Grenada, they have good players, but they need to be able to know they're not confident. You're not seeing that confidence. You're not seeing that direct play. You're not seeing that turn. You're not seeing that sharpness. Look at the player that scored that second goal. What's his composure, the confidence, the skills? When you look at Barbados in terms of the passes again, Grenada passes on them, they are poor. That needs to be corrected. So I think that the coach needs to do a serious. I pray that they had some. Mikey might have this recorded, something like that, so that they can look at the weaknesses. Because that needs to really look at. What I like in terms of when they make the changes, you see it create some problem.
Yes.
For Barbados in
there
terms
was a
of
big difference when
right. So I think
that 3 substitutions.
And I think we need to get players that are really attacking. Watch that. When you look at how even the second goal was scored, you can see that there was some urgency and some hunger to really create something for the spectators here at the stadium. So I really want to say that I'm not taking anything away from Grenada, but to me, Barbados had the better of the exchange here this evening.
Well, Bandy, what I will say finally, because I am somebody that speak my heart out, and when I do my analysis, I speak really how I feel deeply by my conviction. And primarily, these 3 matches was held to prepare the Grenada team to take on the might of the USA, right? And based on what I would have seen from the 3 matches I happened to witness 2, the first and the last, and we we don't have much time, but we have a lot of work to put in. There are so many aspects of the game that I can make mention of that needs to be addressed. For one, I think in terms of we are not disciplined enough in defense, in terms of marking.
That's key. That's key.
In terms of the transition in midfield, and in terms of midfielders moving forward, we are not very. The football is quite a lot of speed these days, and I think we are very much kind of sluggish. In terms of our possession, the ability to make passes, we cannot put
choice of passes poor.
8 passes together effectively. In terms of opening space on the flanks and trying to get around our man and playing it across the face of goal, we are not doing that effectively. There are a number of issues of our game
Just
that needs to be addressed, and we don't have that much time, so it must be of great
Even as you're talking about, are you satisfied with the condition of the team? Fitness?
No, I am not. And maybe that is in terms of the fitness. I would say that the Bajan team is more fitter than the Grenada team, and I'll tell you why. The Premier League in Barbados started off in January, while Grenada is not really the only football that has played thus far from FA standpoint is the Independence Cup for the year. And if you realize the Independence Cup is really a knockout. So in some instances, some of the players are only able to play one game, and if the team not in it, they are out. So that again is an issue.
There's a lot of work to be done.
But there is quite a lot of work to be done. I am not saying that they cannot come close in what they're trying to achieve, because Grenada's chance of getting through, first of all they need to gain the maximum points, which is 3, when they play the USA on the 24th of March, and then with the hope of that they may be able to be in a playoff of one of the other teams.
You're home. You have to give your best shot.
But of course, we cannot give up hope on it. It's our team, and we have to rally around them. But I would like to see them. I hope that the coaches will really do the homework and do some serious work with this team. I realize the agility is somewhat not what it's supposed to be. They need to work on some things in a very serious way. But of course, we would like to wish the Grenada team all the best. In trying to get around to take on the might of the USA. Of course, again, listeners and viewers, my name Jester Noel. Alongside me was Chester Bandy David. We've been doing this thing for quite a while. We share that bond from way back. We played for the Grenada national team back in the 1980s, coming from the under 19, going through the under 23 and up senior, and we now reach a stage where we do commentary, and it was a pleasure walking along with Chester Bandy David, and I'm saying so long until such time again. We are out here. Back to Master Control.
Yeah, guys. Thank you.
It's off.